Hi, I'm Patrick Marelly with the Marelly Group at Realty One, and I'd like to welcome everyone to our live cast. Well, actually, when I started in the business in 2010, a friend of mine that was already in real estate, I was a lender. His name is Angel Lopez, and he actually told me that I should get into real estate. So when I got in, I didn't know much about real estate, and I asked him if he would come work with me, and he said absolutely. And so, so we went into business together basically. So Angel Lopez was my first hire. Well, when Angel came on, again, like I said, we're good friends. I was a lender at the time. I was doing his real estate loans for him. So he came on as basically as a partner. He came on with me. We both, did real estate purchase transactions. We didn't have any listings. We didn't even know what, I didn't know what I was doing. He had been doing real estate for about 3 years. And so I was leaning on him more to kind of shepherd me through this new career. Well, the ideal structure, honestly, this is a little controversial, but honestly, I don't think there's an ideal structure, to be frank with you. There are different ways of building teams. When I initially started, my intent was not to build a team. My intent was to get into real estate. I got into real estate with a friend of mine that happened to already be in real estate, and another friend of mine came in to see us, and she wasn't working at the time. And I told her, hey, would you like to come work with us? And she said, yeah. So that was Bonnie Summers. She is now my assistant and my partner in real estate. And so we just started. It was kind of haphazard. We really didn't have a plan to start a team. It just came together, a bunch of friends working together. That's how I started. So learn a lot of different ways that you can do this. Some teams have a team leader, have an admin person that they have that runs the show. So if you're really going to do it that way, you should start off yourself as a team leader. Your first hire should be a very strong administrative assistant, somebody that's going to basically do all the paperwork for you, make sure that all your ads are done right, your listings are input properly and all that. That's your first hire. And then you would typically hire buyer's agents to handle some of your buyer overflow as you're trying to build your listing inventory. That's the traditional wisdom. But there's so many different ways of doing this, you guys. You can do it like I did. You just get started and you have a couple of people that want to work together. That's one way of doing it. Not ideal. We had to then define our structure a little bit better. And we've now evolved to a totally different type of team that I don't think a lot of people are doing, but we are choosing to do because I think it's, in my mind, empowers my team members the best way that you can be empowered. So I can kind of go into that structure if you guys would like. Well, we basically do residential real estate. We do everything from a $200,000 condo all the way up to $5 million homes. So we really don't define it that way so much. I happen to do a lot of upper end homes, but it's just as a result of my reputation and just being out there. But I take on $400,000 listings just as much as I'll take on a $3 million listing. So I really don't have a specialty that way. Okay, so I can kind of let me explain what we're planning to do as far as growth. And this is the controversial part. It's a little different than what the typical teams would do. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just what we choose to do. So my goal, especially pushing forward next year, this year we're developing it, but pushing forward next year is I'm trying to basically duplicate myself onto my teammates. So what we're going to do is basically take what I do, my level of success, and help my team members achieve the same level of success. What that looks like is basically they'll take on a certain territory. They will be able to list homes. They will be able to work with buyers, and they will keep the credit, the team credit. So in other words, if they sell a house, they're going to get credited with that sale. So we will not lump all the team sales together. They'll individually have their own credit on the sales. What we will do together is we have a tremendous administrative staff. We have a great back office team that helps us do all the work that we do. And so they're going to be able to benefit from that. They're going to be able to benefit from my systems. They're going to be able to benefit from our marketing. They're going to be able to benefit from all the tried and true things that we've done over the years to develop the skill set that we need to go into any market really and dominate within a very, very short amount of time. So my goal is to take each individual member, say for instance Angel Lopez or Andrew Ice, any of the team members that we have, and have them develop a territory, have them grow their own business, but under our umbrella, the Marelly Group. So it would be Angel Lopez at the Marelly Group at Realty One, that type of thing. Finding the right team members, that's a tough one. You know, I've been really lucky. I work with people that I like to work with, number one. I know that that's not necessarily the best way. There are tried and true methods. You have to, if you are going to have somebody be on your team and they have a specific role that they need to fill, let's say you need a buyer's agent. I think it's important to have a disc test on that person to make sure that their general profile matches up with what you're trying to have them do. The worst thing you can do is get somebody on your team that's not suited for the position, because they're going to be miserable, you're going to be miserable, and everybody's going to fail. So you definitely want to make sure that you at least do a disc test on the team members. And also it has to be somebody that fits within your organization, that's not going to upset the apple cart. They have to have the same kind of mindsets, the same kind of goals, the same kind of drive. They also have to have, you know, a similar similar way of being. You don't want to hire somebody that just is going to stand out like a sore thumb, even if they're very good. Well, you know, I did have a coach before. I had a lot of coaching help, and I've learned a lot through the years. I now, you know, on a one-on-one basis, if I need specific improvement in an area, I will hire a coach for that specific purpose. But to be quite frank with you, I do follow a lot of people online, and you know, I try to keep myself accountable more than anything else. I don't want anybody else really necessarily keeping me accountable. That's just a choice that I make. I'm harder on myself than most people. So right now I'm not getting directly coached, but I would recommend it highly for anybody that's trying to learn or trying to develop. Coaching is critical in helping you get over that hurdle. Well, again, it's, you know, they are individual agents that work under our umbrella. So they can list properties, they can work with buyers. I don't put them in a box. They can do whatever they want to do. What we do for them is we provide them with the structure, the marketing help, the know-how that I have and I have developed. I work with them on one-on-one coaching to help them through different situations that they may have. And that's pretty much what we provide. That, you know, that really the back end for them, as well as we do generate a lot of leads that they can work as well. So, you know, it's a combination of a lot of different things, but they are their own agents. I think what's great about Realty One, unlike other places that I have worked, is that Realty One, again, they're individual agents. So when they join Realty One, they are direct agents with Realty One. So I do like that aspect of it. You know, they get their, you know, their own 1099s and all that. I don't have to do a lot of bookkeeping or what have you. So Realty One provides me the structure that I need to be able to have. I could have 20 people on my team, and it would be no harder than having 3 people on my team, because Realty One handles all the paperwork. The second thing is, you know, the commission structure at Realty One is so beneficial, and it's really so low compared to everywhere else, that my team members can come on my team, be on a split, and really not sacrifice any of their income. So I think that that's really critical. said the 100% commission enables them to join a team, give a portion of that commission to us to help them, handle the transactions, provide them leads, provide them structure, and they still end up with a very large paycheck because they're not having to give that away to the real estate company itself. So the 100% is essential to really building a big team. Well, I think a really important tip I would suggest is make sure you have a very defined goal of why you're putting a team together. You need to understand why you're doing it. Number two, I think that you need to understand what your budget is. You have to be, the financial aspect of it, you must be clear about. You must have a really strong administrative person, number one. So if you're going to start a team, you better have that person in place first, because they're going to have to onboard everybody on the team and help you with all the necessary paperwork. So those are three things that are really critical. Know why you're doing it. Make sure that you're clear as to the benefit of growing a team. Secondly, I would say that you make sure that you know how much budgeting you're going to have. And third, make sure you have the right people in place to help you onboard these folks. Well, again, when I started my team, it was kind of by accident, to be honest with you. I didn't set out to do a team. So, it was just one of those things where people came to me and wanted to join our group. It's kind of like sort of like starting a band. You know what I mean? It's like if you start a band, you have a couple, 2, 3 of your buddies get together and they want to start a band, and you start playing bigger and bigger venues. Well, as you get better, you may want to hire bigger and better musicians if you're going to go far. So, when we started the team, we just, we didn't know any better. We just got together and, we had a group of friends that got together and went to work together. As far as the first 90-day, what I would say is, first 90 days on the team should be just the team leader and an admin. That's what you should have. You should make really clear, again, what your objectives are, what your goals are, and then slowly bring people on. You don't want to bring people on the team if you can't provide them with adequate leads and adequate help. So start slow. 90 days, I would figure the first 90 days, it's myself and an administrative person, maybe a buyer's agent. That's about it. Okay, so how do I manage leads? Okay, so basically what we have a really good system. It's called Boomtown. And Boomtown is a CRM that automatically rotates leads to the different team members. Now, what I will do if somebody is really outperforming, if we have 3 or 4 team members that are doing better than, say, the others, they're going to receive a higher level of leads. They're going to get more leads in rotation, but it's automated right now. So, everybody gets a similar number of leads. Well, basically right now with our team, we do spend a lot of money marketing, and it's hard to measure long term, but the short term return is, we're doing a little bit better than break even on our expenses with all the team members. So basically, I still do a lot of transactions myself, and that's how I really make most of my money. And I want to caution people out there that are starting teams, you're not going to, if you do it right, you're not going to necessarily get rich from team members, from the portion of commission that you're going to get from the team members. I think that you still have to do a certain level of production. In the long run for me, as I build these guys up, I'm going to end up with a very large and very strong organization. And at that point, I think we'll do really well. So I guess to be specific, we're probably making about 10 to 15% return on the investment. Well, my exit strategy is when my team members are strong enough to basically handle my territory, the parts that I'm doing, I'm going to move my strongest team member to take over my role in actual real estate production. In other words, going on the listing appointments, getting the listings, working with the buyers that I work with, working my territory, working my past client base, referral business. Once I can comfortably do that, then I'll go sit on my boat somewhere and enjoy. Success to me is really being able to enjoy life. I really don't, you know, I don't hoard money. I don't try to make a bunch of money. I try to enjoy myself. As long as I'm having fun, I'm going to continue doing what I do. I have fun with the people that I work with. If I'm not having fun working with the people that I work with, if I'm not having fun doing what I'm doing, then I won't do this anymore. So success to me means having fun and being able to do the things that we want to do in life. Well, you know what? I appreciate you guys being on here with us live. And, you know, if you guys have any questions or you want to talk to me individually, I'd be more than happy. I'll welcome your questions. I'm always here for you guys. And other than that, this is a lot of fun, and I hope it was helpful for you guys.